because I always have, really, and it works really well for me. Gives me good control over the weapon, and I can see in the chamber. Is I'll take my thumb and my forefinger and I'll make an L, and I'll come right over my rear sights. As you'll notice, my hand is not passing in front of the muzzle when I do this. This is the important thing. I'll come up here, I'll grab the slide in front of the ejection port. I'll pull back and see brass, let it go, and then I usually bump the slide. Just, you know, it's value added. That way I know that my gun's back in battery. So now when I pull back and I see that brass, I know I've got a hot gun. The other way you can do it is grab these cocking serrations right here and pull back and see brass. Same thing again, and I want to let it go, and want to let it go forward under its own power. Let the spring take it back forward so it takes it back into battery. I will tell you, there's two issues, and I'll tell you about each way. First of all, this way you have to be very conscious that you're not sweeping your fingers. So that's the thing there. There can be a safety issue. Got to make sure that I don't sweep my fingers. That's the downfall there. The good thing is it gives me very good control over the gun. You know, I can really grab it. I can see down in there. It doesn't block my view. Got good control of the slide. The nice thing about this is it is safer. But the problem with that is, I don't know, for me, for some reason, a lot of times when I go to press check that way, I pull it too hard and I shuck out around.
Because you're used to punching your shoulder, man.
Yeah, you're used to, you know, reaching over the top. And when I go to press check that way, for some damn reason, I'm always shucking around. That's why I press check the other way, to make sure that I've got a loaded gun. So, and as you'll notice, guys, all that stuff that I did was up here. It wasn't down here at the ground. You know, I wasn't looking down. And again, you think, well, you're just loading the gun. You're not even going outside of the house yet. You know, you're not going outside of the wire in a military environment, so what difference does it make? Well, because if I revert to that here in the house, that's probably what I'm going to revert to when I'm under stress, when I've got to do a fast reload. The other benefit of it is if you've got small kids like I do, and they're running around all the time, they're just squirting all over the place, it's real easy for one of them to run in front of you, and you're sitting there and you're looking down at the ground, and they come running right across, and when they're about 4 feet tall, 3.5 feet tall, that puts the muzzle pointed squarely at their head. Whereas, you know, if I've got that gun up in my workspace, A, I can see them coming and make sure that gun is pointed in a safe direction, or B, my muzzle's pointed up anyway, so if I did launch off a round, it's just going to go into the ceiling. Which, you know, if you live in an apartment, your upstairs neighbor